Hello and welcome to this week's Saturday site visits. And this week, 3 more things that we try to avoid or wouldn't do with jobs that we're designing or have on site. And the first one is to do with windows. So leaving windows out in the cold. So if you look at most windows, aluminium windows in particular that we have in New Zealand, the way that they are typically done is that they sit outside of the wall framing. And what this means is that even if you've got a thermally broken window, the majority of that window is sitting out in the cold. And that means that it's going to be cold despite the thermal break, because aluminium is one of the best conductors of heat known to man. So if either side of that thermal break is getting cold, then you're getting a cold window. And you're going to get condensation on that window. So this is our European windows, but even with aluminium windows, essentially, I'll try and get a shot here. You can see we've got a bit of wall outside and wall on the inside, and that's really important. So second thing that we wouldn't do is have steel in the framing. So often for structural reasons, especially if you've got big portals, big open spaces, you need to have some sort of steel to create that big open space. But if that steel is in the line of the framing, that also becomes a really cold thermal bridge, and you get a huge transfer of heat at that point, which means that's where you're likely to get a cold spot where, again, you can have condensation or mold forming. And the third one, tying into this talk of thermal bridges, is the edge spacer in the windows. So again, this is... really hard to get the angle on this, but if you can see that black thing there, this is our triple glazed window, so there's actually a pane in the middle, but that little piece of black is a thermal edge spacer, which if you look at a lot of what's typically specified, and it's the easiest thing for aluminium window manufacturers to do, they put a little strip in there that's actually got a bit of metal in it, which means you get condensation at that point. So that's often why you get condensation just around the rim of the window. And you can avoid that, and it doesn't cost any more just to ask for a Thermix edge spacer. So I hope that's helpful.